Hi, my name is Dr. Arnold and welcome to Lancashire Smiles. And in this video, I want to talk about 3 things I regret about my dental school interviews. So the first thing that I regret is my lack of planning for the journey to the interview. I was going to university in Leicester at the time, and my interview was at UCLan in Preston, Lancashire in the northwest. So it was about a 3.5-hour journey to drive. And in my mind at the time, I thought that I would wake up early on the day, drive on the motorway, the M6, get to Preston, and everything would turn out fine. But really what I should have done is gone to the city of the interview the day before and wake up on the day in Preston. What actually ended up happening was that I ended up crashing my car on the way to the interview. And not only did I crash my car, but I continued to drive the car to Preston. And when I got to Preston, the police stopped me because the car wasn't safe to be driving. So they actually confiscated my car. They actually had me in the back of the police car. I told them I was going to an interview. They took the car and I carried on to UCLan, to the UCLan interview. The dental school actually said I could reschedule my interview, but I was ready for the interview. I wanted to get it done. So I just went through with the interview. But that's one thing, my first thing that I'd say I regret, my lack of planning for that trip. If I was to do it differently, I would probably have got to Preston the night before, slept over, and walked to the interview venue nice and fresh, instead of being all worked up about having crashed the car, being in a police car, and thinking about all these things as well as the interview to come. The second thing I would say I regret is the fact that I didn't research the dental school as much as I could have. So one of the questions actually from a dental student who was on the panel was what attracted me to UCLan and to Preston for my dental degree. And even though I had a few answers, they were really surface level answers. I could have gone deeper into the fact that I liked how the UCLan Dental School was placed there and created to really serve the community in Lancashire, which had a low access to dental care. So I could have really gone into the things which make UCLan special as a dental school, had a much better answer. So yes, that's one thing I would regret, the fact that I didn't look specifically into the reasons why UCLan was a dental school I wanted to go to. The third and final thing I would say I regret would be the fact that I probably didn't look into statistics and analysis of graphs as much as I probably should have. You know, you think about dental school, that you've got to have a sound scientific understanding, and analyzing data, analyzing graphs is going to be important when you're reading papers, research papers, and interpreting them. So that was actually one of the questions that I received, was a graph that was shown to me, and I had to interpret the graph, describe and explain the graph. And even though I had done this as part of my science degree in Leicester, it would have been good to just refresh myself on some key concepts on statistics and graphs, things like standard deviation, just so that when I gave my answers, it would be more fluent, more coherent, and that I'd be more confident answering that type of question. So those are the 3 things that I regret about my interviews at dental school. And I hope that's helped you as you prepare for your interviews. Let me know in the comments down below, how are you preparing for your interviews? Have you got any interviews yet? I will see you guys in the next one.